Hello, fellow preppers. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. Now it's a couple days before Christmas, and here in southwestern part of Oregon, we've been experiencing rain. Imagine that, rain in southwest Oregon. Lots of rain. In fact, so much rain that north of Florence, Highway 101 got washed out. And south of Port Orford, Highway 101 got washed out. And Highway 42S got washed out. What that means is that I'm almost cut off. I mean, I can go up 101 and go across the 42 east-west and head back inland. But then again, I'm not so sure about that because I think there was a mudslide reported on 42, Highway 42 that runs east-west. So they got a 42 south. It's a spur, which 42, even numbers go east-west, odd numbers go north-south. They messed that up. But I guess there must have been a 43 or 41 somewhere else. Anyway, the thing is, we could technically be cut off. In other words, there could be no more gasoline coming to the area. No more food deliveries to the grocery stores. And it could be a big inconvenience. So that's just one of the reasons why you prepare, or why I prepare. Because it doesn't have to be something huge like an EMP or a hurricane tsunami. It could just be some rain that accumulates and things get washed out. And in fact, I guess a week or so ago in California, there were some power outages due to these storms. And the people had a few days warning, but they didn't prepare. Then all of a sudden they're all running to the grocery stores and the hardware stores, but since the electricity went down, they couldn't do any transactions. And it just amazes me how people, after seeing our government's response to Katrina and Sandy and other disasters across the country, still believe that the government's going to be there to help. Still believe that tomorrow's going to be just like today, and today's going to be just like yesterday. That nothing's going to happen to them. It always happens to somebody else. Well, if you're watching this, you're probably already a prepper, so I'm preaching to the choir. But if for some strange reason this is the first time you ever heard about preparing, just think about Boy Scouts. Be prepared. And you don't have to be overwhelmed. You can take it one step at a time. Make sure you have flashlights. Make sure you have things like jumper cables in your car. Make sure your food pantry, your cupboards are full and not bare. Doesn't take much. Get a few pounds of rice and beans put away. You get yourself some 5-gallon water jugs. Store those. Maybe buy yourself a nice water filter like a Sawyer for about 20, 30 bucks. So for some reason, if your water system stops or is contaminated, you have something to drink. Have an alternate way of cooking, whether it's a charcoal grill or a propane grill, little propane burner. Be able to keep warm. If you got an electric furnace, you might want to think about getting yourself one of those Mr. Gas Buddies propane heater that's safe for inside. Just things like that. You can accumulate these things, a little as you go. When you go to the grocery store, buy a couple extra cans, stick them on the shelf. Don't have to go out and buy anything that's labeled prepper or tactical. You don't have to spend extra money for things like that. So it's just my word about prepping. Almost every week you can see somewhere in this country or somewhere in the world there's an event, either man-made or natural, that causes people to wish that they've been prepared. And you know what the message is. If you fail to prepare, you're preparing to fail.